Hi, I'm Dave Hanneman with the Courier Sports Department here with Radick, Andrew Williams. Another edition of This Week in High School Football around the area. Friday night, Finley's going to be on the road. They're going to Sylvania Southview. It's an interesting matchup because they start league play next week, and Southview has already played two of the teams finished among the top three in the track, and they beat Toledo St. Francis, which was pick number 3, and they got whooped pretty good by Toledo Central Catholic, which was picked to tie with Whitmer for the championship. So it's going to be an interesting week for the Trojans. My concern this week is they've had 2 big emotional wins. They're playing a really good team on Friday night. Don't get caught up in this emotional thing that we just have to walk on the field and emotion is going to carry us to victory. Still got to block. Still got to tackle. You played football, you know what that's all about on Friday night.
Basics.
Still got to block, still got to tackle, and you still got to execute if you're going to be successful.
You want to see another 1:30 night?
No, I do not.
No? Why not?
But it's interesting. I can always tell the grandkids something that happened. There was, what did Jimmy say? He counted 180-some people left in the stands.
Yeah. Didn't use the PA system?
No, didn't use PA system. And
Didn't want to wake the neighbors.
I guarantee you 10 years from now there's 1,000 people saying they were at that game when it finished up.
Probably.
Also a big week because the BVC, the new BVC, gets kicked off in earnest. 3 new teams in the league this year. Hopewell-Loudon's in, Riverdale's in, North Baltimore's in. And we'll be covering all of the new teams coming in the BVC this week. Hopewell-Loudon won them. Arlington is at Hopewell. Andrew, you'll be over there. What do you expect to see this week?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting with the 3 contests. Kind of a rude welcome to the BBC for some of these teams, maybe. So we'll see. But Arlington at Hopewell. Hopewell's not the same Hopewell they've been, but Arlington is certainly poised to have a good year with bringing back Austin Redick. They've already beaten East Cleveland Shaw and Parkway, 2 kind of unfamiliar opponents, not from the area. So it's kind of hard to say what we expect from Arlington. We obviously expect them to be very good, but we don't know how good they are exactly. Going to Hopewell, always a difficult place to play. Hopewell got their first victory last week against Elmwood. You know, that is what it is. So it should be interesting. You know, 2 contrasting styles. Hopewell likes to throw it a little bit more than Arlington will. Arlington's going to pound it. So it should be interesting, but, you know, it'll be a good game.
During your days in high school, you played at Hopewell-Loudon. Why do you say it's such a challenging field?
I don't know what it is. Something about it. I don't know if it's necessarily the field itself, but just kind of the atmosphere. They always have a tough team, and so that's one of the things, obviously, that does it. But it's just, I don't know, something about playing there. You know, I've played there, I've coached there, I've covered games there, and it just seems like they never really get beat bad at home. It's always a close game at home, whether they win or lose. So they're tough there. I don't know. I can't put my finger on one thing that it is.
Ted, I think you said last week home field advantage was not as big a factor in high school football, maybe, but maybe it is.
Maybe it is. You know, Hopewell's down in that bowl, you know, and it is a neat atmosphere at that field.
You'll be going over to Pandora, I believe, to see Riverdale and Pandora game.
Yep.
What are you expecting?
2 teams looking for their first victory of the season. Pandora's been competitive in both their games so far. Riverdale, be quite blunt about it, has not. But you know, this is a brand new day and a brand new fresh start for all the BBC. I mean, it's the first time for everybody here with, you know, the additional non-conference game this season, and you know, everybody's 0-0 right now.
I was looking down the schedule and I kept thinking, I said 3 new teams in, it's a 10-team league. Who's got the bye week? Well, actually it's not. It's a 12-team league because Hardin Northern is off playing other domains right now. The other new team in the league is going to be North Baltimore, and they're going to kind of have their hands full with the Leipzig team also coming off their first win. What do you guys expect out of that contest?
Hey man, Tigers are 2-0. Who'd have thought it?
Who would have thought it? Big win over Fairview last week.
You know, Leipzig obviously was beaten 51-0 in the season opener by Spencerville. Spencerville came back and shut out Ada, so that makes me think that, okay, Spencerville really is that good.
They're good.
And maybe Leipzig's going to be okay in the long run.
Right. The rest of the BVC games, we got Arcadia at Van Loo. Nice backyard rivalry between those 2. Liberty's at Corey Rawson. I can pick a favorite there. And Van Buren's going to play at Macomb. I think that's going to be a pretty good, tough matchup there.
That's the game of the week, obviously.
Has to be, yeah.
Some other key games I'd like to point out this week we think are going to be good ones. Grove is at Ada, good matchup with the Bulldogs, Northwest Conference. Salina's at Ottawa Glandorf. Ottawa Glandorf's 2-0, Salina's 2-0. Salina's got a great defense this year. Cary at Mohawk, another backyard rivalry. Cary's been up really good, Mohawk's been down a little bit. That and all the other games, make sure you check the Courier Saturday morning if the weather doesn't involve things, and check us for all the results or check us online.